feel so far away. Hmm. All right, coming on to the mat, taking any movements that might feel good, or if you're ready to settle in, feel free to settle in. Take a few deep breaths. Coming to a comfortable seat. Scanning the body. Observing your mind. Noticing where there's activity, where there's stillness. Maybe with the time change, it feels like we got up early to do yoga today. Bringing attention towards the breath. At first, letting the breath just flow naturally, not making any changes. Noticing how it feels as it moves in and out of the body. And what parts of you move as you breathe? What parts of you stay still? Then take the attention back to the body and notice how you're sitting, how it feels. See if you can make adjustments to find more comfort, but at the same time, strength. Stacking the shoulders over the hips. Making more space for the breath, finding more comfort and ease in the body. Allowing the breath to lengthen and deepen. Take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe thinking about finding comfort and ease. And then we'll take 3 long, slow breaths together. Take a deep breath in through the nose and blow it out through the mouth. And again. And one more time. And slowly blink the eyes open. We'll start with a few eye exercises. So beginning with taking your thumb up in front of you, looking at the tip of your thumb and move it away. Follow your thumb and then bring the thumb back closer in. Following the thumb with the eyes, making the eyes focus at different points. Makes the eyes work. And some studies have shown doing this will help improve your eyesight. Of course, I don't know how much you need to do it to make that happen, but it's worth a try. And then pause. Let your hand come down, take a deep breath in, and let it out. Bring the thumb back up. Maybe you bring the other hand if your arm you were using is tired. Allow the arm to go out to the side, follow the thumb, and then bring it back through the center and over. Moving like this a couple times, concentrating on the tip of the thumb, keeping the head still, making the eyes do all the work. Now, if this makes you feel dizzy, you could try it with the eyes closed, or don't do it at all. Next time the hand comes through center, let it down. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And then we'll bring the other arm up. This time you could turn your palm so that your palm's down at the floor, following the thumb up and following the thumb down. Again, try to keep the head still so the eyes are doing all the work. Nice. And one more time up. And one more time down. And then pause, take a deep breath in and let it out. I will take the eyes in a clockwise position. So look up and then let the eyes go in a clockwise direction around in a circle. And just notice how far you can see without moving the head. And we'll do it 3 times clockwise. And then pause, take a breath in and let it out. And now we'll do the other direction, counterclockwise. Bring the eyes up towards the ceiling and go the other way. And maybe you notice this way feels a little different than the other. And just like with any of our exercises, if you feel a place where it feels a little stuck, a little rigid, you could go back and forth over that spot. And the next time you come back up towards the ceiling, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and blow it out. Bring the hands together and rub, make them nice and warm. And then when they feel nice and warm, take them and place them over your eyes, letting the heat of the hands radiate into the eye socket, massaging. Maybe you could start massaging at the top of the skull, allowing over to the temples, making your way down the forehead to the eyebrows, gently letting the light back in. Rub across the eyebrows, the top of the eyelids, gently under the eyelids towards the temples, and then the jaw. Open and close the mouth a few times. Maybe shake it side to side. We'll take a deep breath in and blow it out. Bring the hands out in front of you. Tap the shoulders. Moving the hands in and out. Getting some warmth through our arms. Sitting up nice and tall. Feeling the breath. Pause as the hands come towards the shoulders. Bring the elbows together. Inhale, open wide. Draw the shoulder blades together on your back. And then exhale, bring the elbows back together. Continuing like this, maybe adding in some of the head and neck movements, lifting through the chin, opening up. Inhale, hold for breath. And as you exhale, bringing the chin down towards the chest, bringing the elbows together, maybe getting a little bit of a rounding in the upper back. Soften. Inhale, open up. Hold for a breath or two. And exhale, rolling forward, softening. And one more time, open up. Lift through the chin, feel nice length through the front of your neck. Feel the shoulder blades pulling towards each other. Breathe into the chest. And then exhale, coming forward. Soften and relax. Let the hands come down, and very slowly, as you're ready, unwind your legs. Maybe shake them out a little bit. And we're going to come over onto hands and knees to table. As you come into your table, we'll work through the cat and cow, letting the belly come down towards the floor, lift the head. Take a nice inhale. And then as you exhale, rounding the back, pulling the spine up towards the ceiling, push the floor away. Find some gentle movement through the spine. 3 more times with your breath. And then slowly lower down onto the forearms, coming into puppy pose. Puppy pose is with the hip high. If you prefer child's pose, certainly feel free to go to child's pose. Using any bolster props, placing them underneath the chest, under the knees, between the calves and the hips. And we'll begin our yin pose, pausing for time. Make adjustments as you first come into the pose. Finding your edge. Feeling some stretch, some tug, some pull through the center of the muscles, not at the ends, at the joints. Not wanting to feel any pain. And settling into your breath. Notice the face. Is it tight? Is it rigid? Are you gripping? Soften the face. Scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes. Finding those secret places that like to stay tight, like to stay engaged, but they really don't need to. Give them permission to let go, to soften. Enjoy 3 long, slow breaths. Then very slowly make your way down onto your belly. Let the hands create a pillow underneath the forehead. Allow the body to feel heavy, sinking into the floor. Notice the sensations as you come out of the pose. What does your rebound feel like today? You feel energy flowing. You feel areas that feel tired, heavy. Other areas that feel light and energized. Taking a nice, long, slow breath in. Sigh it all out through your mouth. We'll begin moving into a low back bend, extending the arms out, palms down on the floor. And if this feels like enough, stay right here. Otherwise, begin walking the hands and the elbows back. Finding the curve in the upper back that feels good. If you feel pain in the lower back, try taking the legs wider apart or engaging the glutes. Sometimes placing a blanket underneath the hips so that the hips are a little bit elevated also will help with any of the lower back issues. Placing a bolster underneath the armpits. Remembering in this practice, we want to let the muscles relax to get the full benefits, allowing the fascia to feel the work, using time and gravity. Notice how the sensations feel. Remembering no knife-like sharp pains, no tingling or numbness. Giving yourself permission to lower out of the pose if sensations become too much. You feel like there's more space and you want maybe going deeper, lifting the elbows onto a prop or straightening out the arms. Maybe keeping the arms where they are, down on the floor, and bending at the knees. Soften the belly. Bring attention back to the breath. Sending the breath all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. Feeling the whole body expand as you inhale. Letting all the air out as you exhale. Take 3 long, slow breaths. And slowly lower down out of your pose. Let everything soften, relax. Notice where the sensations are and how they feel. Take a nice, nourishing breath in. And then let it go as you exhale. Soften. Take any movements that might feel good. Maybe shimmying side to side. Maybe placing your toes on the floor, pushing into the hands and moving from head to toe. Helping the energy move through the body. And then slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing up towards table. And pause. Let the hands come slightly in front of the shoulders. Gently move forward a little bit and move back. Lossing the spine, finding that just right movement in your body this morning. If you prefer, do cat and cow. And then as you feel ready, settle into a child's pose. Letting the hips sink down. Extending the arms long so that you feel a stretch in the back, if that feels okay. Maybe bringing in the bolster in front of you so that the back doesn't round, so that the back stays long. Make the adjustments. Bring the attention back to the breath. As you inhale, feeling the spine lengthen, the sacrum moving towards the heels as the head moves towards the top of the mat. And as you exhale, softening down. Breathing in, feeling nourished. Breathing out, feeling support. Scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes. See where you can make more space, create more ease. Enjoy a long, slow breath. And then slowly make your way back to hands and knees. Pausing in table. Allow yourself any movement or stillness that feels good. Maybe this time, wagging the tail, looking over one shoulder towards the hip and then over the other. Getting a little side to side movement. And then slowly we'll come over to seated, bringing in any pillows or bolsters you'd like for sitting on. As you first come up to seated, give yourself a moment to get oriented. Let everything settle in the head and the body. Again, letting the hips sink down, spine lengthen up. Dig the heels into the floor and let the knees go side to side, We're engaging the muscles. And then take the feet a little bit wider apart. Push the feet into the floor. Draw the feet back towards you. Sit up nice and tall. Let the knees go side to side a little bit. And then bring the feet back towards each other. Extend the legs long. And bring them back towards you. And then we'll move into about half butterfly, keeping one leg straight. Allowing the other knee to bend out to the side, foot against the opposite leg. Bringing in any props you'd like. Maybe if your knee is not coming down to the floor, placing a bolster under the knee. If you want to have the straight leg bent a little bit, placing a towel or a bolster underneath the knee. Both hips sinking down towards the floor, spine lengthening up. Nice tall back. Reaching out in front of you. As you exhale, hinge from the hips and inhale back up. Exhaling forward and inhaling up. Find this movement a couple more times and notice where the movement stops in the hips. And if you're going to go any further, then you're going to have to start rounding the spine and stop there. And maybe you make the choice to stay upright with a long, tall spine, or maybe you choose to round. The intention of this pose is to find some stretch through the back of your straight leg, probably through the hip. If you're feeling it in your lower back or your upper back and neck, probably rounding a little bit more. It's your choice where you want to feel the stretch this morning. Once you get comfortable and find your pose, allow the mind to go back to the breath. Be counting the breaths, and working to make the exhales longer. Scan the body. Notice the face, the jaw, the eyes. Notice the neck, the shoulders. Soften and relax a little bit more. What about the fingers? Enjoy 3 long, slow breaths. Gently come up halfway and take a full breath. Come all the way up. Take another breath. Move the props out of your way and straighten out your legs. Have them flat on the floor. Maybe you bend them. You sit straight up. Maybe lean back a little bit. Pause in stillness or take a little bit of movement. What do you notice about the left leg and the left side of the body? How does it compare to the right side and the right side of the body, or the right leg? Enjoy a long, slow breath. And slowly move into the pose on the other side. Using props in ways that will help support your body so that you can allow the muscles to soften and let go. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll begin with the hinging from the hips, keeping the back long. Inhale nice and tall, and exhale forward. Feeling the muscles working, the belly softly engaged. And then as you come forward, find that place where you stop hinging at the hips, and to go any further, you need to round the back. Just notice where that is, what it feels like, and then making the choice of keeping that tall back, feeling the stretch through the back of the straight leg, through the hip. Or maybe bringing the sensations more up into the upper back, the neck. Soften the toes, the ankles. Relax the legs. Feel the torso expand as you inhale, and soften as you exhale. Relax the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the eyes, the forehead. Breathing in energy, breathing out, letting go of anything you no longer need. Take a long, slow breath. Slowly come up halfway. And then take another breath. And come up the rest of the way. Moving the props out of your way. Straightening the legs. Tapping and massaging or staying in stillness. Then you could bend the knees and lean back. pausing in a place where you can take time to let everything settle. Take 3 long, slow breaths. We'll be moving into a forward fold. You can have the legs together and fold forward. Maybe you bend the knees and slide in a bolster underneath the knees. Or maybe you take the legs wide and come into a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold, choosing the legs of your choice. Sit up nice and tall, placing bolsters where they help to support you, help to release the muscles. Sometimes it's nice if you have a little bend in the knee and placing a little towel underneath the knees. We'll start as we did before, nice and tall, hinging from the hips, exhaling forward. Inhale up and exhale forward. Continue with this movement until you feel ready to pause. You'll notice where that place is, where you stop the movement at the hips and it starts to move up the spine. Either bracing yourself with your arms or bracing yourself with bolsters if you want to keep the long, tall spine. Settling into the pose, finding the just right place, noticing the sensations as you first come into the pose. Using the breath to expand the torso, lengthen the spine, and allowing everything to soften on the exhale. Relaxing the toes and the ankles, the calves, the knees. Continuing up the body, letting the muscles soften so you can get into the deeper tissues. You feel space opening up, allowing yourself to go deeper. Enjoy 3 long, slow breaths. And very slowly, in your own time, begin to come out of the pose. Pause halfway, take a breath, and move the rest of the way. Coming out of the pose, Finding a unique place where you can rest and notice the rebound effect. Maybe bringing in a little movement, letting the feet go side to side, bending at the knees, tapping, massaging, helping the energy return, move around the body. You're going to move into a reclined pose. If you have a towel or a blanket or a narrow bolster, you could roll up the blanket or the towel and place it in the middle of your mat. Then you're going to put the bolster behind you and slowly come down on it. If you want it a little bit more reclined, if you have blocks, you could place the block underneath the head. Adjust the prop so that it's not sticking into your lower back. You can start with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Our first intention here is to feel some opening through the chest. If having the bolster underneath you doesn't feel right in your body, you don't have to have it. The arms can stay down at the sides. Maybe you reach up towards the ceiling and allow the arms to come down towards the floor above the head, bending the elbows. Maybe placing the hands underneath your head, letting the elbows fall out to the side. This might feel like it's too much. It's fine to leave the hands down at the sides. We're just looking for an opening through the chest. You could keep the knees and the feet right where they are, or you could bring the feet together, let the knees fall out to the side into butterfly. Or you could do the opposite, walking the feet out, letting the knees come towards each other. Once you find that just right place, come stretch through the front of the body, some compression through the back. Bring the attention back to the breath, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue breathing, letting everything soften and relax. Enjoy 3 long, slow breaths. And then slowly roll off to the side, removing all your props. Allow yourself to come flat down onto the floor. You can continue to keep the knees bent, or if it feels like out. Notice the rebound effect. Where's there warmth and coolness? Where do you feel light? Are there areas that feel heavy? Enjoy 3 breaths, drawing the air in through your nose and blow it all out through your mouth. And then as you feel ready, slowly begin to draw the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a hug. You can stay here or send the legs up towards the ceiling, legs up. If you're near a wall or a piece of furniture, you can let the feet or the legs rest on the furniture. Or maybe you move into the happy baby pose. If you have a strap, that's a great idea to use the strap to help support the legs. Keeping in mind in Yin, we're working to soften the muscles, to relax into the pose. So if we're using a strap, we're not pulling and yanking, putting extra tension on the joints and the muscles. The strap's just really there to help support and keep the legs up. It's the job of time and gravity to make the changes in our body as we stay in the poses. Keeping the breath moving in and out. Sending the breath to any areas that feel like they're a little bit tight or tense. Giving them permission to soften. Take 3 long, slow breaths. Gently release the legs back down to the floor. Pause in stillness, noticing the rebound effect. Scan your body from the top of your head down to your toes, making any movements that feel good, maybe allowing the knees to move side to side, maybe drawing the knees into the chest and rocking. Thinking about what pose you would like to do next. A couple suggestions. One would be coming into eye of the needle, crossing the ankle over the knee. Another suggestion would be to come in to a twist, dropping the knees to the right. Or maybe you have a favorite pose that you'd like to do. Moving into the first side, enjoying 5 to 10 long, slow breaths. Breathing in, feeling the whole body expand. Breathing out, feeling supported and grounded. Take 3 long, slow breaths. Slowly move back to a neutral position. Pause and notice. As the sensations begin to subside and you feel ready, begin to move into your pose on the other side. Scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes. Softening, relaxing. Enjoy 3 long, slow breaths. And very slowly move out of your pose. Pausing in a neutral position. Making any final movements you'd like to make before moving into final relaxation pose. When you're ready, getting yourself comfortable, Placing the props in ways that allow yourself to be completely at ease. Using blankets, sweaters, socks to keep yourself warm. As you inhale, begin to tighten all the muscles in your body from your toes all the way up to your head. And then as you exhale, let everything soften and relax. Do this a couple times, inhaling, tightening everything from the toes to the top of the head. And as you exhale, letting it all soften. Make adjustments in the neck and the shoulders. Finding comfort and ease. Allowing the hips to relax and the belly to soften. Breathing in, feeling nourished. Feeling grounded. You have time and you feel like it. Continue to stay in your Shavasana, enjoying the efforts of your work, feeling nourished and relaxed. Or maybe you choose to begin waking yourself up, bringing in gentle movement, stretching, moving in ways that feel good. Rolling over onto your favorite side and pausing there. And then maybe coming up to seated. Giving yourself the gift of this moment to pause. Notice what it feels like to be you. Scanning from the top of the head down to the toes, noticing how you feel now compared to the beginning of class. What's changed? What's stayed the same? Bringing the hands together, allowing the forehead to come down towards the fingertips and the shoulders to soften. Feeling space in the back of the neck. Maybe revisiting the intention you set at the beginning of class. We'll take 3 long, slow breaths together, drawing the air in and let it all out. Thank you for joining me for your yin practice this morning. I hope you have a great day full of ease of movement. Namaste.